Yo, yo, yo. Everything's kind of moving in slow motion for me. I'm still getting used to the new daylight savings time. Oh, here we go, folks. Here we go. I'm still trying to wake up. This is crazy. So, alrighty. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hit that like button as you come in. What is happening? We got here Ice Queen. How are you doing this morning? Certainly hope you're feeling better. Oh, Cyber Dragon, how you doing? He said it's cold up in Cincinnati. Well, I'm sure you all feel a little bit better. I saw Joe Burrow put on a show yesterday for you guys. The first 48 gaming. How are you doing? PlayStation King of Kings. All righty, King of Kings. I like that. So, Costco will have the 85-inch Sony X900. Oh, yeah, for $2,000. Yeah, they can have that. Yeah, they can have that. Hit that like button as you come in, people. I just got done listening to Michael McDonald. I will start jamming on some Michael McDonald. So, but what is happening? So, oh, Nick, how you doing? Nick says he's got 70-inch TV. He's good. So, I have a 50-inch. Well, technically, my Samsung TV is like 49 point something inches. So, still very good, though. Rollo God, what is happening? What is happening? Certainly hope everybody is doing well. They had a good weekend. Hope your favorite team won. And if they play tonight, I wish them the best of luck tonight. So shout out to the Nightbot. It's already here. I don't know, but the Nightbot's got a white body and black eyes, and I don't know why. Hey, what's going on, Dirt Naps? How are you doing? How are we doing? What is happening? What is happening? So, oh, that's me. How are you doing this morning? Hit that like button, people. So please, if you don't mind, it helps me get going. I'm refreshing my page here. I do apologize if it went off. So, but yeah, hit that like button if you don't mind. So, let me have a sip of the old Kentucky here. Maybe that'll get the old wrinkles out of the old robe going. So, but what is happening? Hit that like button if you don't mind. Alrighty, what is going on? Well, let's get into it. Let's go ahead and get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see here. Oh, what's up, Corey Massey? How you doing? How are you doing this morning? So, there we go. All right, then. Told everybody's had a good one. The Gaminator, as you can see on camera, that is real. I got the mini bag, as you all can see right here. And I'm shaking it there. It's a live picture. Hopefully it will start moving. Yeah, there you go. It's like 5 to 7 seconds behind. So, but that's the mini bag. I just wanted to show that to people. So, shout out to everybody that kind of tolerated with me going into Best Buy. I guess it was Friday, and looking at some stuff. So, but yeah. So, yeah, I know the camera was shaky, but I appreciate it. It is November 2nd. We are one day away from the election in the United States. And for all you all who are joining me worldwide, everybody hit that like button and put in the chat what you're playing and what you've been playing over the weekend. And I've not been playing anything because I've been working. I am going to start playing. I think I'm going to replay Days Gone. And I love Ghost of Tsushima. I voted in the Golden Joystick Awards. I voted for The Last of Us Part 2 for Game of the Year, but it's Golden Joystick. I don't know how that's going to work out here. But I thought The Last of Us Part 2 it is the game of the year. It's not my favorite game this year, but it's the game that moved me the most. Today is November 2nd. We're one day away from the election. Um, there's nothing for everybody tomorrow that lives in the United States and around the world. There was going to be nothing on our televisions tomorrow but the election. So I'm either going to do a game cast and answer questions, or I may later tonight or later today do like another election show, prediction show, and go from there. I'm thinking about that. Mm. Mm. Nick says I need the bag. Yeah, I know. I got a plan for the bag. So shout out to JTech TV. JTech said that he's gonna possibly be able to pick his bag up about 6:30 or between 6:30 and 9:30 in the morning, and I'm just gonna stalk that out. And he'll walk into Best Buy to get the bag, and then I'll just kind of I'll walk up. I'll be like, "Hey, I'm new in town. Is there a Kentucky Fried Chicken near here? Because I'm hungry. I know they got a mini bar." And he's gonna turn around and give me directions, and then I'm whack. I'm gonna take his bag. I mean, so that's just the way it's gonna go. So Baltimore MVP says he got the plaque for Ghost of Tsushima. There you go. There you go. So, what else? Gaming news. November 7th is N7 Day. So, for all those Mass Effect fans, we are hoping that we get the announcement of a Mass Effect remaster that's either coming out in a couple of weeks or just coming out. It doesn't matter when. We would like to see a 60 frame per second, either 1440p or whatever, whatever it's going to be. 60 frames per second is what I would like. It could be 1080p with HDR. Give me some whatever that deep DSLL or DL, whatever that is. Okay, um, give me some of that, and I will be a very happy person. So yeah, yeah, I agree, Corey Massey. It's pretty bad on the Xbox community right now. But we'll go ahead and let's get into it. You can see we got some topics here. Um, so the RDNA 3 and PS5 that I saw over the weekend. Shout out to I want to give a shout out to another YouTuber here. Moore's Law is dead. It just finally sounded like, and I listened to part of that podcast last night when I got home. It just sounded like that guy was just fed up with what these guys were talking about, and he just flat out ripped into them. So he bodied the entire Xbox community. And there's going to be some big PS5 announcements this week, ladies, just so you know. The PS5 upgrade list, I should be able to pull that. We can all look at it together. The DualSense reviews that people are giving. I mean, I haven't opened my DualSense, as you can see, but there's some reviews that are out. And finally, this is a countdown to the bag. I mean, you're 10 to 11 days out, depending on where you live. So some stock may get pulled out of Europe to help with the U.S. launch, because again, the United States needs 10 to 12 million just to keep up with base demand. And some people in Europe may take an L this morning. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how that's going to work. So everybody that is in another country, you all need to check your whatever you got it from, whatever store you got it from. You need to call. If it's Amazon, I don't know how Amazon would work with pre-orders. I've never pre-ordered anything before. I do know several people that I follow on Twitter. They've been charged. And my niece works for Amazon, and I asked her, well, what about the people that have been charged? She said if you've been charged, that means your order is in the warehouse. So those people seem like they're in pretty good shape. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk about the RDNA 3 thing up front, I guess, and then going forward, just talk about the PS5 stuff. Because again, I'm not getting an Xbox. Now, if somebody buys me an Xbox, or if I walk, and let's just say I can't get the bag. Let's just say I am not, something happens financially, I'm not able to secure the bag. All right. And I'm able to secure one of the Xboxes. Okay. That will be the only time you hear me really talk about the Xbox. Now, in a couple of years, I may get an Xbox. Austin Evans, shout out to Austin Evans, he gave really good advice. He said, look, if you wait to buy the Series X or S, you may be able to get it cheaper and there'll be games for it. Okay, there'll be actual games out for it. So if there's, that may be what I end up doing. But that's a couple of years from now, 2, 3 years down the road. I didn't get the original Xbox, so the little black box with the little green thing in on the cover, on the top of it. I didn't buy that until it was almost, I don't know, Splinter Cell was out, Halo was out, and Splinter Cell was out, and Knights of the Old Republic were all out, because those are my first 3 games I ever played on an Xbox. So everybody can just go back and look. I don't know if that was 2004. I don't know. That's when I got an Xbox. I had a PlayStation. So, but again, that's if I don't secure the bag. Okay, let me make that clear. And I got, that's if I don't secure the bag. So, um, so really bad scorn was running on PS5. Xbox doesn't have old buttons. Well, those could have been superficially put in, but okay. Um, and Scorn looked like trash. Was that game that looked like it should have had like blood dripping from the walls, and it didn't? Look like a ripoff of Doom. And then it looks like a Doom ripoff is what it looked like. Now, granted, that's an early build, and that's fine. But let's talk about the RDNA 3 thing, because um, I want to give again, shout out to Moore's Law is dead, because the way he went about it, talking about how you got to understand first things first. The way businesses operate, businesses can say a television, I've said this before. First things first, let me take a quick victory lap. How many of you all remember when I did a podcast about RDNA 3 being in a PS5 many moons ago? Like many moons ago. I mean, just put a 1 in the chat or an F in the chat. Whatever you want to put in the chat, a 1 or an F. I just want to see how many people are paying attention. So either put a 1 or an F or whatever. So, but you got to remember, as far as the RDNA 2 thing, you can go ahead and put as long as the majority of what's in the Xboxes is RDNA 2, it's okay. It's okay to say you have RDNA 2. All right. It doesn't have the desktop version. It has a cut down of that. And I love how Moore's Law is dead just slammed it in there. I mean, it was no Vaseline. It was, hey, look, it was pretty much paraphrasing him that the reason why there's so many compute units is for cloud-based computing. So, I mean, again, somebody secured the bag in his boxers. Well, I'm okay. So, but they needed the extra compute units and teraflops, which teraflops don't mean a heck of a whole lot for cloud-based computing, which is fine. Let's make that clear. I don't have an issue with what I've said this before, what Microsoft is doing. So, and he was right. Of course, you can run around and say you have RDNA 2 because they have RDNA 2. A majority of what they have is stock-based RDNA 2. So I've always said, if you go to the store, if you go wherever you want to go, Walmart, Best Buy, Target, whatever, Micro Center, wherever, HSB&H Photos, and buy a stock-based computer, that's what they got. Sony has much more custom RDNA in their system. They got way more, okay? So, and there's nothing wrong, and it either way works fine. But the RDNA 3 thing, that is stuff that Sony's going to have in their console. And what will happen is it will be pushed into the RDNA line. And since RDNA 2 is already out, it can't be an RDNA 2. But it's still technically under development, and people have always wondered why Sony did not say a heck of a whole lot about what they have underneath the hood, so to speak. It's because a lot of AMD is not going to let out. And you got to understand, Lisa Su and Mark Cerny, they're not just co-workers as far as design, they're friends. They've known each other for years. Lisa Su and Mark Cerny helped develop the cell architecture. Okay, and the cell architecture didn't work out for them. Okay, that's why Lisa Su is where, I mean, in the world they both had great careers. But these Lisa Su and Mark Cerny have been wanting revenge against the industry ever since the way they got treated with their cell architecture. And so do not get caught up in people's BS. There was somebody on here saying that, I was on Twitter this morning and somebody was talking about global illumination and things like that, and how Digital Foundry uh, called out Epic for doing A, B, C, and D. And I'm like, how is Digital Foundry getting something secondary, but you're going with them as your primary source? Epic created that engine. Epic knows how to make the stuff work. End of discussion. This is a stupid conversation. Okay, it would be like Big Daddy Don Garlits, the king. The reason why, I don't know if you watch hot rod racing, drag racing. The reason why the rail has the engine behind the driver. Don Garlits, Big Daddy Don Garlits, invented that. These guys would argue with him. That's kind of what I've literally figured out at this point. These guys would argue with him. But the reason why the whole spec thing is a big deal for these guys is because they don't have any games to talk about. And I want to give a shout out to another YouTuber, Marlin Gaming Nation. He did a podcast yesterday. It was a very good podcast. But I really, and I left him a message. Okay, I want people to know this is not me talking about him behind his back. I simply asked him to stop entertaining what these Xbox guys are saying. Okay, the closer we get to launch, the more BS is going to come out of their mouth, because even they realize they ain't got nothing on that console. Okay, they do. They realize that. So I want you to understand the whole thing with Demon Souls. Because here's the way these guys think. Demon Souls is 60 frames per second at whatever resolution. Let's just say for argument's sakes, Bluepoint was able to make Demon Souls be 4K, which it is. It was gonna come out and be 4K, 30 FPS, and have ray tracing. These Xbox cats would say it's 4K, but it's only 30 frames per second. That's what they would say. They would say, well, it's got 4K and it's got ray tracing, but it's only 30 FPS off. They basically say the 60 FPS mode will not have ray tracing, which I think is fine. Okay, again, which I think is fine, because to me, I've sat here before, and you all heard me say that ray tracing isn't as big a deal. Why is this thing buffering? It says my stream is in good condition. Let me take my video down. All right, well, this is working. Okay, well, all right. So now I lost my train of thought. So if they're going to argue that if it's 30 FPS, that it sucks. Okay, they're going to say, well, 30 FPS sucks. It's no good. Blah blah blah. This blah 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 that. And so you're just going to be in this circular argument. Okay, I said before, 30 FPS wasn't going nowhere. Okay, because ray tracing costs a lot on the budget of what you're making. Okay, so it froze on you. You had to exit out. Okay, yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. So, Nick, they have RDNA 2 stock. Yeah, they have the stock version of RDNA 2. So, so the features, so the VRS and all that kind of stuff, all that is in the Xbox, the stock AMD version of that. PlayStation is going to have their own solution to that. It's not going to be as hard on their budget of the game. That's all. So it's more customized. Part of what they're doing in order to get it to be customized is they've added technology that AMD hasn't declared yet. That technology will be part of the RDNA 3 line. That's my understanding of it. Okay. And again, shout out. And again, Moore's Law is dead. Has been saying this stuff for months, and so is Red Gaming Tech. So I don't know why this is such. I don't know why this is such a big deal, right? But so I asked Marlon, and I'm asking everybody else in the PlayStation community, and myself included, what they're going to say is, well, it's 60 FPS, but it doesn't have A, or it's 30 FPS. It has A, B, and C, but it don't have D. So they're always going to try to tear down anything. Again, if Demon Souls was going to come out on both the PlayStation and on, let's just say Demon Souls Blue Point said it's going to be on PC and PlayStation, they would not be acting like they're acting. They wouldn't be saying the things that they're saying, okay? They wouldn't be, because another platform would have access. So this all stems from the fact that Sony has games that they're not going to have access to, and they're upset about it. That's the truth. Okay. And so, yes, they're going to say, well, it can't do this, it can't do that. All you have to say to these clowns is that, how come, if ray tracing is such a big deal to you, why does Devil May Cry not have it? They will then turn around and say, well, that's the developer's choice. That's the developer's choice. They're going to get it later. I mean, again, they're going to always say something. So there's a song, and I forgot who sings it. You say it best when you say nothing at all. I forgot who sings it. It's a nice song. But you don't have to say anything to these cats because they're really upset that they ain't got no games. I mean, I'm not saying that to be funny. They're talking about Assassin's Creed. They're talking about they're talking about 2 Ubisoft games, and one is 30 FPS, and they mock 30 FPS on the Epic gameplay demo. So much for next generation. They're running the games at 30 FPS. I mean, but the 30 FPS is okay for them when it's running on that console. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. It's stupid to go back and forth with them on it. So, and you're just and guys like Marlon Gaming Nation, they're just wasting their time. They're wasting their talent. So YouTube isn't really enough to maintain a smooth, fresh stream. Okay. Oh, it says you all will experience some buffering. I do apologize. Hopefully the stream health gets better. So it is what it is. And anybody who entertains these cats at this point, you're wasting your time. They're going to continue to talk about specs because that's all they can talk about. Okay? It's like a boxer who's got no victories and all he can do is run his mouth. Okay? Because he's not beating anybody yet. And then he gets out in the ring and he gets knocked out. And then they start making excuses. Well, I slipped. Well, I did this, I did that. Then you got beat. Instead of just saying, hey, look, I got beat, that he was the better man. They act like they're not going to be able to do that. So, and I really hope guys like a Marlon, who's extremely talented, just stops entertaining them. Okay? Just stops entertaining them. Speaking of entertaining, that was very entertaining what I just drank. So, the full RDNA features is literally what it says. So, Xbox has full RDNA features, stock features. Sony's got more custom features. I'm about to move off of this. I'm just kind of reiterating. So, again, it's just up to guys like that because I look at Marlon as one of the bigger streamers in the community, if you want to say the community. So I did leave him a message saying just don't entertain those guys anymore because they're butt hurt over not having no games on that Xbox. And see, to me, if I had an Xbox ordered or pre-ordered, I would not care about Demon Souls because I don't have access to it anyway. I would be talking about, well, I guess I'll be playing whatever, Halo Master Chief's Collection. Vonley is going to be working, or Gears is going to have DLC, which I think is a good thing. Or the news that Halo Infinite is on track to have a 2021 launch. So that's That's all good news. But instead of them talking about that, it's well, it can't do this, it can't do that because the bottom line is that they want you all, the people who went out and got the bag, okay, and the people who don't have the bag yet. They want you to go and buy an Xbox and to support Xbox. So is their hidden message is that you need to go buy an Xbox because Xbox can do these things, and therefore go buy an Xbox. It's not fair. Sony's lying to you. I don't know, maybe you've heard or seen them say this. Sony's lying to you. They're not being transparent. They're being anti-consumer, even though they don't even know what none of that stuff means. So their goal is to get you to switch over and to buy the Xbox. Then once Xbox's numbers pick up, Sony will be forced to put their games on the Series X. In this case, it's the Series X. That's what they want. Okay, that's what they want. So, and it's not going to happen. I mean, go buy an Xbox if you want it. But I don't see what did I hear about Bright Memory. I heard it's like a 1 hour game or something like that. I don't know if that's but I haven't done enough research on that. So I heard it was bad. And let's see here. And Corey Massey's right. I never thought, and I said it's the kid Smooth. I said find me an article where Blue Point said that Demon Souls is going to have ray tracing. I mean, find it for me. So, but I don't, but again, and put a 1 here in the chat if you've heard me say, in my opinion, ray tracing isn't going to be as big a deal as you guys think because HDR is a much bigger deal. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard me say that. Okay? What's up, A1? How you doing? A 1 hour niche game? Again, that's terrible. I mean, that's all I can say. That's terrible. So, so that is terrible. So first 48 gaming says, why is Watch Dogs Legion upscale 4K on Series X and Assassin's Creed Valhalla native 4K on Series X? Two different teams made two different types of games and they're deploying the technology differently. That's it. And there's nothing wrong with upscaling 4K if it saves assets to go do something else. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing, okay? And I specifically have said dynamic 4K, checkerboarding 4K, sparse rendering to get the 4K wasn't going to go anywhere. It's just the techniques to make it the technique of dynamic 4K looking like native 4K this generation, you're not going to really be able to tell it apart. Okay, yeah, I mean, I guess if you have a OLED and you paid $3,800 for it, you might see some differences. But how many of us are going to go out there and pay, 4 stacks for a television? I mean, some people will, all right, but I'm not, and I'm not here to say that you will not be able to see something, but it's not going to be as big a deal as that it's being made out to be. Okay, the techniques are too good. The deep learning super sampling, which we now know has been disclosed that will be in the PlayStation 5, that the way that that's going to work is going to totally subvert any differences that you would see. Because they'll just turn that on. They're like, oh yeah, what's going to use this? So let's see here. Let's say, lighting, dynamic shadows, or ray tracing. Yeah, most people don't know what ray tracing is. And again, I talked to a friend of mine's son that worked on the VX team for the Avengers for Endgame and Infinity War. And he's like, no, here's what ray tracing is. Here's how we can use it. We've been using it in Hollywood for over 25 years. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? So, and again, that was a good question about why is one dynamic, why is one native. But what does it matter? Okay, it does not matter. That should not matter. Either buy them or don't buy them. If you are upset that Ubisoft decided to use a dynamic resolution on Watch Dogs, then don't buy it. It's that simple. Don't buy it. It's. I mean, you're a consumer. You can either go pick it up or you can be like, kick rocks. You know. So I mean, you all have heard me say I'm buying Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I've been talking about it for 5 months. So I am going to buy Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Mm. Ah, yeah. Real time lighting and dynamic shadows are a form of ray tracing. Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah. Well, they've been there's ray tracing in every game that you play. It's just they call it something else. Okay, but it is ray tracing. I was playing oh was it that Resident Evil 7 when you're in Fatal Mephisto's house? And that had ray tracing in it. I'm like, oh yeah, you can clearly see the path of light, shining here. So no one has real time ray tracing. No, both consoles were able to do real time ray tracing. So what's up, Soul Provider Speaks? How you doing, brother? How you doing? Chris Hard Eyes, what is happening? What is happening? So, why is every game on Series X looks horrible? I don't think. Look, what I saw, the Watch Dogs game does not look horrible to me. Okay, now you may not be a fan of Watch Dogs, and that's fine. But don't. But the game, at least this is my opinion. Everybody's got their own opinion. If you think it looks horrible, fine. But I didn't think it looked horrible. Okay, but that's just my opinion. Okay, but again, it's that simple. It ain't hard. I don't know why people. I understand why the Xbox community is upset because they ain't got no games, and so they're gonna keep talking about specs. And to me, the specs are okay to talk about, but now we've seen the games, and I'm sorry, the games. Some of these games that they've shown on Series X they ain't looking too good. I mean, that's the reality. Some of the games don't look too good over there. It's not that every game was going to be bad, but some of these games don't look too good. Let me see here. Upgrade. I'm trying to find the website. Okay, yeah, I think it was Push Square. Let's just go down here. Okay. So, and let's go over here. So I should be able to pull that up. All right. But I just yeah, I prefer the light occlusion. That's what I like. When I'm playing that Hitman game, I ain't worried about the ray tracing. I'm worried about and that game uses light extensively because you're trying to sneak around using stealth. It's like, well, what's the best way to do this? So Sesame says it's going to be a worse generation in 2013. Yeah, I mean, again, and look, shout out to Crap Gamer, another YouTuber, and he's correct. When he told King Thrash on the roundtable when they were doing the one-on-one with him that these guys are just desperate for a 1080p, 720p moment. They want that moment because I didn't realize this, that I guess they were really upset about that. And to me, it made sense for Sony to want the games to be 1080p because Sony makes 1080p televisions. I'm like, well, that makes sense. They make 1080p TVs. That's the reality. Okay. So, I mean, again, but these guys are. I mean, they are pissed that it didn't that happened. They are. I mean, they are pissed. I don't know what else to say anymore. Yeah, screen space reflections. Yeah, that technique is going to be a lot better this generation. I mean, what do you think is happening when they use the? Remember, shout out to Porter Rock. I'm gonna have to steal one of his lines. Remember the whole thing with machine learning, and now the deep sampling is machine learning. Now they don't talk about it anymore. And so their whole thing has been to tell people that once again, what Xbox can do, A, B, C, and D, excuse me, and Sony can't. Therefore, you don't need to buy a PlayStation. That's what they want. Everybody has an end game. Okay, everything has a beginning, middle, and end. I have the ability because I'm Black Pill to see the end of it. before it even gets there. And I'm just telling you all, that's what they want. Okay? They are scared to death that the Xbox division is going to be cut away from Microsoft because they almost sold that division. Okay? They almost sold it to Amazon. That's the reality. You know. So Watch Dogs is the only game that doesn't look bad. Okay, it doesn't look bad, and guess what? It's running 30 FPS. So do you see the trade-off? So you should be able to see the trade-off. Right there is your trade-off. Okay? Your trade-off is that we're going to give you more in the graphics prowess department, which is perfectly fine, but we're going to have to take away your frames. I mean, that's the reality, okay? Versus they could have probably ran that game at 1800p at 60 frames a second, checkerboarded it, or used dynamic 4K with no ray tracing, and it looked fantastic as well. Okay, but they didn't. They decided not to do that. They decided not to do that. But that's it. Now, Assassin's Creed, is that going to be 4K native 60 frames per second and have ray tracing? Has Ubisoft disclosed that already? I'm just asking. Komodo said we're out here. Well, no, we're in here today. I am in the house. It is 32 degrees outside. 32 degrees. That is just it's too cold. Now, it's supposed to get up to 50. Now, and when it gets up to 50, I may leave the house. But you all know, the brother man don't like cold. So, because in order for me just to go to the store, I got to wrap up in a cocoon. And I am not going to do that. So, if Xbox had games, we would never heard RDNA. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. You're exactly right. So, and that's exactly what the problem is that they don't have no games, so they're going to talk specs. They'll be talking specs next week, and the console comes out, next Tuesday or Wednesday? They're going to be talking specs. I mean, they are. I don't know what else to say. Meanwhile, I saw some more stuff from Insomniac about Spider-Man. I saw some more stuff from Bluepoint about Demon Souls. Now, to me, Demon Souls looks like Oblivion. I'm like, that game looks like Oblivion to me, running around in a knight outfit with a sword and shield. I did that already. And then they said, well, it's hard. It didn't look very hard to me. So I may buy that game and stream it. So Demon Souls is dynamic 4K and not 1440p. That's fine. So is dynamic 4K 60? Is that what they went with, or did they go with 1440p 60? So, Watch Dogs running and looking better on your PS4 Pro. Fine. See, I haven't played Watch Dogs since that first one. I didn't care for that first one. Now I heard the second one is real good. So, but I didn't like the first one. The second one was free on PS Now, I think. So I just never played it. Said it's 45 degrees here in Louisiana. See, that's cold for Louisiana. But man, why don't you eat some gumbo and drink a hurricane for me, okay? And think about me when you do that. I went to Louisiana one time, and it was $30. All you can drink hurricane, and all you can eat gumbo. Man, I was trashed. The hurricane, just imagine Hawaiian Punch and Sprite mixed together, except it's alcohol. That's what a hurricane tastes like. And it's called a hurricane because it will wipe you out. I mean, I was lit walking around that city. Lit. So it's 4K 60. So see, here's what the Xbox community will say. Well, it's not 4K native, but shout out to my man Marlon Gaming Nation. That's what I was talking about, is that no matter what they do and what they put out, they're going to say some BS because they ain't got no games. Okay, they ain't got no games. So now, moving on, how many of you all have secured the bag and the bag is going to be delivered to you? Okay, is the bag going to get delivered, or are you going to physically go pick the bag up? Okay, are you physically going to pick the bag up? What's up, Captain Thug Nasty? And also, yeah, if you want to hear more about RDNA 3, I did a podcast with Captain Thug Nasty. Just look that up. It's one of my biggest viewed videos, so please go look that up. Shout out to Captain Thug Nasty for for coming on the podcast that day, taking time out of his day to explain it. But I'm just glad that Moore's Law is there. Because again, if you're not gonna believe me and Captain Thug Nasty because we're two black dudes, maybe you'll believe Moore's Law, okay, who is not. Or maybe you'll believe Red Gaming Tech, who is not, So, and you all can say, hey, look, I was listening to YouTube and these black dudes were talking about RDNA 3 and the PS-5, but I didn't know to believe them or not. But now these other two guys were saying it, so yeah, it's cool. So I still can't believe he said that. These black dudes. All right, so everybody's gonna pick theirs up, but I'm gonna be over there. I'm gonna be waiting on you in the corner. Like, hey, I'm new in town. You gotta can you give me some directions? I need to find where Red Tip is. You can be like, Red Tip, I never whack. And that's gonna be it. And you're gonna wake up and I'm gonna be gone. So I'm gonna be down the street. I'm gonna hang that left, and I'm gonna be staying at the SmackDown Motel. So what's up, True Virgil? So yeah, I mean, I don't know how you all got the bag. I mean, that's amazing. I should have went to GameStop when it first went on reserve, and I didn't do it. I did not reserve the bag. So, so our GameStop's allowing you to pick one up. Apparently, I mean, you got to call them. I mean, can't you ask them? I mean, can't you go into you can actually go into the store and say, look, I'm going to come and pick mine up. Do you have a set time? I think they're being real vague as possible on that. Like, because Sony and Microsoft has said there's going to be stock in stores. So, yeah, Captain is right. They shut everything down. He did. But you should be able to go into the store and say, hey, look, I want mine delivered. And just if you're gonna have it delivered to your house, make sure you're home and make sure you got to sign for it, okay? Make sure you have to sign for it. Don't just have them leave it at the door. Put it on, if you're getting it from Amazon or GameStop, you can check off want to be there to sign. Okay, because it's an electronics product. And then there's going to be people like me trying to find stuff. Okay, where we're going to be out there trying to get the bag too. Okay, and the easiest way to get the bag is to take your bag. And like I said, I got a ski mask. I got an escape plan and everything. So just it is what it is. So people are going to have to start camping on the 10th. That's Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah, that's Tuesday. Now the bag comes out. Is it Thursday? It comes out on the 12th, right? So yeah, you're right. People are going to have to start camping out. You're right about that. So, none until February. Hold on, they're saying none until February for Xbox. After Black Friday bundles. That's tough, man. See, that's what's really sad is that I know how many people are going to be disappointed that they couldn't get one. So I mean, that's all I can really say is that it's like with me. I mean, my games are going to be pre-ordered now. If I can't get them, I'll cancel my pre-order and I'll just get. I mean, I'm still going to get Cyberpunk. I don't know when that's coming out next month. So that'll be probably my last game this gen. That's if look, let me make this clear. That's if something doesn't work out with the bag. So the bag may not work out though. So because you never know. But I'm feeling bullish on the bag. That's why I bought the gamepad that you see. That's a live picture that you're looking at with that PlayStation gamepad. That's real. That's mine. I bought that. So those came in on Friday. I did miss the Walmart for the headsets. I should have bought the Arctis wired Pro set. They had those on sale for $69.99. That same headset this morning cost like $200. So I mean, they had a hell of a sale, and I missed it. So Best Buy lets you set up an appointment. Yeah, King Boo, and again, don't shout out to my man J Tech. He's the only man that does a podcast and a wife beater. So shout out to him for doing that. But he said he can pick his up at 6:30 in the morning, and I'm telling you right now, I would not do that. I wouldn't pick anything up until security was out there and it was daylight. Because there's gonna be people out there like me who's gonna be like, hey, let me talk to you. I'll give you this. I mean, there is. Let's just be honest. You know, because there's always somebody like that. Okay, let's just be honest. There's always somebody like that. It's like one of my, it's like going into the neighborhood. It's like going into the hood. There's always some guy just standing on the corner doing nothing. Like, what is he doing? He's just standing there. And there's going to be people out there doing that. So, but yeah, let's look at this story so you all can see what you get for your bag. Okay. So, let's see here. Let me remove this because I don't want to take up too much bandwidth. So you all know I got the baby bag there. Everybody saw the baby bag. So let's go to window capture. Let's go to add source. Okay. All right. Let's make this bigger. Yeah, there we go. That's big enough, isn't it? There we go. All right. So for all you all who have the bag, right here, this is from Push Square. Either you're a circle or you're a push square. But clearly it says every game that lets you transfer from PS4 to PS5. Confirmed free upgrades. This was done on Friday. So this story is 72 hours old. But here you go. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, PS5. It's going to be 4K. It's going to have HDR, and it's going to be 60 frames a second. Okay. Now, right now, for me, if I buy this, it's going to be 30. Okay, which is fine. Okay. Borderlands 3 is going to be 4K 60. Cyberpunk is 30. Nothing, they don't know about the upgrades yet. I'm trying to think of games that you all would play. All right, here's Destiny Part 2. 4K HDR, 60 frames a second. All right, just for people who play Destiny, okay? Control. Control, you get the upgrade, but only if you purchase the Ultimate Edition, which is going to have all your DLC, and they'll have more announcements. I think that game's going to have ray tracing on it and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if it's going to be 60, but I'm pretty sure I do remember the head of the Remedy studio saying that it would be. Doom Eternal is going to be, right now, no announcements yet. Remember, Doom is now owned by Microsoft. That is a Bethesda game, I believe. Far Cry 6 got delayed. You do get a free upgrade, but it got delayed. FIFA 21, for all you guys around the world that play FIFA, yes, you get a free upgrade. It says only Ultimate Team and Voltage Football Progress. Okay, so save transfer. Save transfer right now for FIFA is you have to have the Ultimate Team or Vultra Team, okay? So for Honor, for all you all who play that, 4K 60, you're getting an upgrade. It's free. I mean, these are all free upgrades, okay? Hitman 3, free upgrade, digital version only. I got to remember that if I get the bag, okay? If you're going to buy Hitman 3, if you get the physical copy of it as of right now, IO Entertainment, I think that's who owns them or makes Hitman. Nothing for PS. You get a PS5 version, but only digital, not physical. That kind of makes me mad. Horizon Forbidden West, nothing announced yet because they haven't announced anything about the game really. Free upgrade. I'm just trying. Kenna Bridge of Spirits, yes, because I'm buying that. It's a day one for me. I hope, fingers crossed, they make a physical version of it. If you're listening to my podcast, Ember Labs, please think about it. Even if we have to order it, and I'll pay more money. Like, I'll pay an extra 10, 15 bucks for a physical copy. And you all know I don't want to pay for nothing. You all know that, but I'll pay extra for that. All right? Something called Man Eater. I don't know what the heck that is. So, Man Eater sounds like me back in the 90s. All right. Yes, before Madden NFL 22 for Madden 21. Marvel Avengers is a yes. You can get a dynamic. It's going to be 4K or 4K 60. So I assume 4K here means 4K native. Okay. It's going to be 4K native, and then here's going to be 4K dynamic at 60. Miles Morales Spider-Man, we all know about that when I say yes. Mortal Kombat 11, you're going to be at dynamic 4K. Again, this is if you buy it, okay. No Man's Sky, this is a big deal. You're going to have 4K, you're going to have HDR, you're going to be at 60. But I thought No Man's Sky was already running at 60 frames a second. I guess I was wrong about that. My apologies, guys. I'm just trying to see Rainbow Six Siege for all you online players, 120 FPS. So you're getting double. Right here, it's already 60 FPS on both PS4 and PS4 Pro. Elder Scrolls Online, no announcements yet, but if you play on the Pro, right now, that's where you are at. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, they've announced some things. You do get a free upgrade, that's good. Watchdog Legion, 4K 30 rate, and it has ray tracing, and it says a yes. So everybody knows this is what we just talked about, right? This is what they were talking about. So you're going to be 4K as well, 30 FPS as well, ray tracing as well. Again, this article is 3 days old. 3 days old. Now, maybe there'll be some changes. Yakuza, like a version, is going to be 4K HDR 60 frames per second. So, again, you guys are getting the bag, okay? You guys are getting the bag. You ought to be proud. I'm jealous of the bag. I am jealous of the bag. So, let's kind of go back to the chat here, see what you guys are saying. So, what is the RDNA crap you keep We talked about the RDNA stuff already, so I don't want to go back over it again. Corey Massey says he lives in an open carry state. People don't want this smoke. All right, well, that's true. They may not want that smoke. So Walmart told me you can walk in and pick one up. Like Rollo Gotti, you talking about pick one up you haven't pre-ordered? Is that what you're talking about? I mean, I'm just asking. Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about one off the shelf they're going to have it? So, so Rollo, this Walmart, Target, Best Buy, and others, you got to order online first. Well, again, when I got my gamepad here, I didn't order online. I walked into Best Buy and got it. So that's for all you all who are still looking. So somebody said they're salty about Last of Us 2 still being 30 FPS on PS5. Oh, did they announce that already? I don't know. Did they announce that it was going to be 30 FPS on PS5? So, I mean, is that true? Is that real? Or has Naughty Dog not answered anything yet? So, I'm just asking. I mean, I don't know. And again, it's an old game, so don't be too salty about it. Let's see, PS5, The Last of Us Part 2. So Last of Us Part 2 will be playable on PS5 thanks to the next-gen system's backwards compatibility. Functionality, Sony said that's from July. I mean, that's the last story I see. I mean, if anybody has something more up to date, just let me know. So, I mean, that's the last story I see. So, I'm not saying that it won't be, but I'm just saying I was waiting for some type of confirmation. So, Chris B, how are you doing? So, Last of Us 2 is not on the list of games that get enhancements. Again, well, they said they're adding more every day. So, just keep an eye on it. That game made by Hall & Oates. Yeah, Man Eater. You're right. Yeah. She's a man eater. That's classic right there. So you must be my age. You remember that song. All Naughty Dog says is that games are only playable, no upgrade patch. Oh, okay. Well, and then let's not assume they won't get some type of upgrade, but let's not attack them until we get something solid. Okay, let's try not to. Alexander says that second wave pre-order getting theirs on November 19th, and stores gonna have extra one on day one. It does make a little bit of sense because that second wave was not supposed to happen. Okay, so they put the second wave out there because of all the stuff that happened. But yeah, stores having them day one. Like I said, that's a now I am off on the 12th and the 13th, but I'll just wait. Hopefully, I can get my bag. I mean, it's but here's what I will do. I will go out there and get that headset if that's available. I'll get that. So yeah, but I don't know if I'll have enough for the bag or not. So I would have to trade something in. So yeah, the only people you should believe are the developers. So what's up, Holamoka 17? How are you? They updated Last of Us remaster, so Last of Us 2 will probably yeah, I heard the remaster is gonna be going, it's gonna load at an incredible time or something like that. So somebody said Man Eater's a shark sim. Oh my god, I'm glad I'm not playing something like that. So probably going to do a PS5 remastered version. I hope they do, but if they don't, it ain't the end of the world. It came out. It's an older game. It's a last gen game. As much as I enjoyed it, man, that game was something else. So, um, let's see here. Well, that's me. I don't think he's jumping to conclusions. I guess he did jump to a little bit of a conclusion. So, yeah, but let's wait for Night Dog. Um, let's wait for the dog to say what they need to do. I'm trying to see what is going on. Nothing on the RDNA stuff. I thought it was funny what Moore's Law is dead said. I guess he just got, like I said before, I think Moore's Law just got fed up with all these fanboys running their mouth. And it wasn't, they were coming into his comment section. That's what you all got to understand because I follow Moore's Law because he does have some AMD inside baseball, so to speak. Um, and I follow him for that. But these fanboys were showing up in his section, and he finally just took them down. I guess the best way to put it. I mean, it just sounded like based on his voice and following him for a little while, he just got fed up with the stuff they were saying. Bottom line is that no, you don't have infinity cache, so you don't really have true RDNA2 desktop features. They've got to cut down. Now they've got stock features, so yes, they can do VRS and stuff like that from the stock. Whatever AMD's stock solution is, Microsoft has that. Sony is going to have their own solution that they're doing with AMD. And again, this has been confirmed by AMD. They're going to have that. They're going to have their shout out to BitCloud because BitCloud did a real good video on this. So go check out his video. But yeah, it's them. It's these cats. So they're running their mouths. But that's pretty much what's going on with the RDNA stuff. So, and again, so so it's just so it was funny to hear him go in like that because he shouldn't have had to. What's up, Beeger? How you doing? So, what is going on? So, did I secure the bag yet? No, Chris B. I want to though. I did secure the gamepad, but I'm just coming up with a plan to secure the bag, so it's gonna be tough. But I've got a plan. Okay, I do have a plan, so we'll have to wait and see how it rolls. But again, I'm willing to wait and see how it goes. Shout out to Ember17. He's gonna have an extra one. If you all don't know this, I'll disclose this because we're a week away, give or take. He's a sub. He's been on 60 Frank. I think he's jumped in on Sick Humor's podcast, and he's come in here and talked. Um, on the show. But he was able to secure 2 bags, and he has agreed to sell one to me. So that's so so I check with them once or twice a week to make sure the bag is still showing green, and so far so good. So that's the way I'm going to secure the bag. So we'll have to wait and see because something could happen. An order can get delayed. That's all I'm saying. So I still technically don't have the bag, but it's just I feel when you hear me say I feel bullish, that means I feel more confident in securing the bag. That's what bullish means. It's a market term. You'll hear that they'll say it's a bear market or it's a bullish market. If somebody's feeling bullish on something, they're feeling more confident. If somebody's feeling bearish, it means that they're not feeling as confident. So have to wait and see how it goes, though. So, but yeah, it's it's just to be said. What did he say? Jiggy Local said it's not going to be over. What's not going to be over? Well, the spec talk is going to end from me personally because I don't care about it. Okay, I've seen the games that I've seen running on PlayStation 5 totally blew me away. So whatever Sony has is fine for me. I've been disappointed in what I've seen from Xbox, but it's mostly been because the fanboys have ran their mouths. Okay? It has nothing to do, let me make this clear, it has nothing to do with what Xbox is saying. Okay, it's the fanboys that have said a bunch of BS, but it caught up to them with that Halo thing because that Halo thing looked like trash. The Dirt thing looked like trash. I mean, these same cats that ran their mouths about 60 frames per second and ray tracing in 4K. The best looking game we've seen on there so far, I agree, has been Watch Dogs, but it's running 30 frames per second, and these guys attacked 30 FPS when Epic showed their gameplay demo on the PS-5. That was 30 FPS, ladies and gentlemen. That was 1440p, but it had 8K textures, okay? That's just a fact. That's a fact. I don't have to fanboy out and have somebody leaving a stupid message saying, "Oh, you're just a fanboy." No, no. That's a legit observation I've made. And anybody who's being honest knows that I'm telling the truth. Because what I got to lie for? I don't have the bag. Okay, I got none of the bags. I don't have the S, the X, or the 5. So what reason do I have to sit here and lie to you? I do have a cyberpunk chair. Okay, that's the only thing I got is a cyberpunk chair. So, but that's it. So, which video did Moore's Law talk about it? I don't. I honestly, man, I really don't know. I mean, because it's one of the last 3 he's done, and it's not like he talked about it for a long time. I think he talked about it for about 4 to 5 minutes, if that long. But he totally chokeslammed those Xbox fanboys. I mean, that's why. And I don't know. I don't know what your Twitter feed is like. That's why they're not saying nothing anymore. Because that guy, Moore's Law, actually does have insiders that he can talk to. He actually has good information, so it's just a reality. This is why I'm this kind of like whatever. So, um, let's see here. What's up, 901? It says he has absolutely no interest of getting the next gen consoles as Sony continue to bring their exclusive to PC. It's a wrap. Well, again, I don't know what other exclusives they're going to bring to PC. So, it's not that they're not going to because they've already said that they are, but we'll just have to wait and see what they're moving. So, somebody opened up a DualSense. Shout out to Optimus Code. He's got a video up on that. Now they're ripping Bright. You all were talking about that Bright Memory game. Yeah, people are ripping on that. I mean, it's. Of course, J-Dub is trolling. My goodness, I mean, he is the master. He is the master of the troll. I'm just checking my Twitter here before we kind of wrap this up. So, I guess Insomniac once again confirmed Ratchet and Clank is a PS5 exclusive. So, it's for all you all who don't know. So. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, there's some cool stuff. I need this thing right here. I do need that. That is an actually cool looking thing. It kind of makes me. I'm gonna have to put something into my chat that you all can look at and see the bag. So when I come up to you for the bag, so yeah, man, that's pretty much it. There's really nothing going on, at least in my Twitter timeline, nothing going on. Oh, shout out to Chris B, who left a $5 holler. Said RDNA talk is trash. Spec War is over until 2022 or whenever Hellblade comes out. Shout out to Chris B with a $5. Yeah, I mean, and when Hellblade comes out, I'm buying that on PC. I will download that to PCs, which is fine for me. So, oh, it was his last October Q&A. Okay, yeah. So yeah, he does Q&A at the end of the Booty Warrior. Woke up, somebody there, and Chris B, of course. Chris B always taps the Booty Warrior. He's gonna make Rudy Legends look bad. So Hellblade was trash with good graphics. I liked Hellblade, the game. Are you talking about the trailer that we saw? The trailer was just CGI. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. I'm still going out on the 12 since I have a sub. So anyway, as of right now, if I can get the headset on the 12, that'll be it. Now, let me make this clear. If the bag comes in, he's gonna know everybody. Look, everybody that ordered them, you ought to start getting confirmations starting on Saturday and Sunday when you're gonna get them shipped. Because if they're supposed to be at your house on the 12th, they're gonna have to ship on the 9th and 10th. Okay, that's the truth. And some may ship Saturday. Is what I got told, because it may take them 2 to 3 days. Because remember, you have the election coming up, so you have extra mail in the system. Then all this stuff's got to come out. So you didn't think the first game was good? Oh, I love the first Hellblade. Yeah, I thought it told a wonderful story. So Hellblade still try. Yeah, I enjoyed Hellblade. So it had a lot of lore into it. If you're into that kind of lore, and you know about their lore and stuff like that, you'll enjoy it. But yeah, if not, you're gonna say, man, this is trash. I understand that. So Microsoft apparently working on a type of infinite cache for Windows, which is called direct storage, which uses CPU to bring up API efficiency. PS5 has smart chip plus I/O chip on the GPU to accelerate API. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Follow Wario64 on Twitter. You got a headset shipped from Sony on Friday because of yeah. And again, here's what happened for me on Friday. I went to Target at 8 o'clock in the morning. My girl dropped me off. She had to go to work. She had a car. So I was up at Target at 10 till 8. I was going to get a headset. Got in there, and they didn't have nobody in electronics. They had nobody in electronics. So I waited. I went to something called First Watch and ate a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich and a large orange juice. I walked over to Best Buy, which is right across the street, and they had the DualSense headset there. Now, had I just checked Walmart, Walmart had the headset, the charger, the camera. They had all the accessories there, and I could have bought them as soon as I walked in the store. And I just didn't check Walmart. So that's what I should have done, because then I would have had the headsets. But I can wait. I can wait, because I'd rather pay off the bag than because I've got a good pair of headsets now. I've got these SteelSeries 7.1 headsets. I've also got a pair of Platinum headsets from shout out from another sub plate from PlayStation. So I'm good. Apparently the Platinum headsets they work just fine as well. Walmart has a PS5 100GB external SSD from 115. What is DFW? I don't know what that means. Walmart has the PS5. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm not getting that. Because again, people are ripping how much space is on their SSD. They don't understand the compression of the games. They don't understand how the games are going to be compressed and be into the system. Again, I'm just, it doesn't, it just, don't get caught up in the back and forth, guys. We just said the L's are all lined up in the L pipeline. I know this is why I don't talk about it, because once all that truth comes out about what's in the PS5, it's going to make the Xbox look silly. But again, I don't. This is why I don't do the whole spec thing, because it is what it is. And you got the headset for them, $100. Yeah, and again, all these headsets were on sale this weekend, and I should have bought a new headset. I mean, they had some good ones. They had the Corsairs, and this is at Best Buy. They had those Corsairs. I'm about the real good ones. They were on sale for $39.99. And I'm like, God, dog, I should have bought one. Oh, am I that? No, I am not, Jamal. I am not. But if you're going to send me an extra bag, if you want to send me the bag, just let me know, and um, I will go ahead and give you my address. You can send me the bag. Okay, just let me know. So, just saying they have it out already. Oh yeah, I got you, buddy. I got you. Yeah, I'm not buying it. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So, on that, I'm the only accessory. I got the extra joystick here. I still don't know why. I guess I just wanted to go buy something. And because it comes with one, right? Doesn't the bag come with the DualSense? So I guess I'll just have this extra one around. So, or I can use it as a barter. I may barter with it, or maybe I'll give it away. I mean, maybe, just I don't know. Yeah, the Pulse headset looks too really lightweight. I heard though. Jamal says he ain't got one. Oh, okay. Well, you have a bag. Don't worry, man. The majority of us don't have the bag, so it is what it is. You dig? So it is what it is. So the Platinum headset is good for PS5 since it's got 3D audio. All right, now let me show you the one I do have. Shout out to the brother that sent it to me. Let me put it on video here. Hold on. Ah. All right. Let me turn on my camera. Let's see here. Video capture. Add source. Done. All right. So here is the headset that I've got. So it should work. But I'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that's my headset. So hopefully that'll work. If not, I can wait. I can wait on the bag, get those. So but yeah, I do like the Pulse, and those things so quick. Those are one of the hardest things to find. So those I have the original. Oh no, the original PS4 headset was that horrible earpiece. It was hurting my ears. So it was hurting my ears. But yeah, guys, that's about it. That's all I had for you today. Like I said, I am going to. I may come back on later on. About 3 o'clock and do an election prediction show based on 538.com, and just do it like that. I've already voted, so we'll have to wait and see how it turns out. And but yeah, I don't think the election will be over. I think in Ohio they can count votes till the 12th, and I think in North Carolina they can do it to the 13th. So that's when the bag comes out. So I'll be trying to secure the bag. So that's more important to me. Securing that bag is more important to me than anything else. So, but yeah, I'm gonna get on up out of here. Be here for about an hour. election predictions involve the court? See, mine don't. I think you're going to have a winner. I think you're going to have a winner by Friday. We will know who won by Friday. But that's just my opinion. But all right, guys, I'm going to be out of here. Man, I want to thank everybody for coming in early. Hit that like button. We had over 80 people here. That's a new record, I think, for this early. But shout out to you, Chris B, for the donation. V'ger, always a pleasure. Corey Massey, man, don't be a stranger. Everybody else that came through, I do appreciate it. Ice Queen Gaming, appreciate you. JP Loco, all the way from down under in Australia. What is happening? Destiny, thanks for coming by. The First 48 Gaming, thank you. Rollo God, always. What's happening? Ice Queen, as I said. The Almighty Spartan God, what's happening? ADOS, what's happening? Ice Queen said it's raining over there where she is. Yeah. All right, that's it. I'm getting on out of here. I do appreciate you. Look for me a little bit later on. I may do an election prediction show. See how that turns out. All to be fun. But all right, guys, I'm going to bounce like a chat. Peace out.